Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you can hear me in la chat. Let me know. All right. Looks like all systems are go.
A woman never belongs to you. It's just your turn. You lost your edge, she lost attraction for you. That's how it works. What'd you think she was gonna do? Tell you she cheated? Men cannot afford to get complacent in relationships. Get your fat ass off the couch, start lifting weights and learn game. You're welcome.
And now your man, Donovan Sharp.
What's up, guys? It's your man, Donovan Sharp, and welcome to the 848th edition of TSR Live. 848th edition of TSR Live. Your daily dose of toxic masculinity, misogyny, sexism, and discrimination. That's right, we've added just a few more. It is Saturday, April 23rd of 2022. It is good to have you guys in this evening. As always, we are multi-streaming live to multiple platforms: Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, MGTOW.tv, Manosphere.tv, DLive, Sharpstream, and now Rumble. So however you're watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharp Reality Live a part of your daily routine. Shout out to the snipers on the Sharpstream side. Shout out to Hellfong, Dre Raven, JBlaze11, Mr. E, Apollo 137, and of course, Ox Craig, who is always in the house, along with the lovely and talented Devin, who just remembered that she has to walk the dogs. That's interesting. Oh, okay. Shout out to my sharpshooters on the YouTube side. Geeky Anomaly is in the house. Looks like Geeky Anomaly. Oh, no, he's not double dipping. Dre, you're even double dipping. Mark LeBrant, good to see you in here. Who is also Ox Craig, double dipping. Root for Beer Floats is in the house. That's an interesting name. Jimmy Herbs or Jimmy Herbs. Lorenzo Rock says, this is the reality of anyone who decides to take their clothes off in front of a camera. Yeah, we're going to get into that. We are going to get into that. Jordan Price is in the house. Good to see you guys in here as well as Geeky Anomaly. Robert P. Elliott with the $5 super chat says, hey, Donovan, you've mentioned that you got kicked out of the state of North Carolina. How is that even possible? Can you explain in detail? I'm curious to know. No, I'm not gonna go into detail about that. I've talked about it ad nauseum. You can go back and watch my TSR tunes. That'll give you all the detail you need. Really, the long and the short of what happened. And you'll actually hear it on one of my trailers today. But the long and the short of what happened is that I was living in a in a quasi crack house, a quasi drug house, and I was not on the lease. And the reason why I was there is obviously because I was trying to get Amy back. I lost my job, lost my car, lost everything. Had no place to go, was broke, ended up leaving there, ended up leaving my roommate, ended up living with the two druggies who are both, incidentally enough, on felony probation. And so, that's interesting. So they were both on felony probation, and because I was not on the lease, their landlord found out that I was living there without being on the lease. And he ended up coming and kicking me out. He just said, I'm kicking you out. You don't live here anymore. You're not going to, that was it. So he told me, if you don't, if you're not out of here by 9:00 tomorrow morning, the sheriff will come and put you out. And so at that point, I had a choice to make. I can either get, I can either be homeless in North Carolina, or I can call my brother and grovel to him. He gave me a bus ticket, $10 to eat on. I ended up in Vegas, and the rest is history. I'm not trying to be a dick, Robert P. Elliott, but the way things are now, I've never seen you in the chat before. Number one. Number two, you're asking for details about my past, and you're asking me to go into specifics. I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you aren't, but that's got. Sorry about that. But that's got Anthony Johnson written all over it. That's got him written all over it. For all I know, you could be one of his cronies.
Your show now, press 1 to hear important instructions.
There we go.
Your show is scheduled to start in 33.
Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her, guys. She doesn't know what she's talking about. We'll get to her in a minute. But yeah, I hate to do that to you, man. But the bottom line is that I'm not very trusting of anyone. I've only seen in my chat one time. It's the first time I've ever seen you in the chat, and I'm not saying that this is what you're doing, but this is just this is.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
There we are. Blog Talk Radio. All right, got it.
Blog Talk Radio.
Okay, there we go. These are things I should have done before I came on the air, but yes. These are the life and times of me. I've got to be very, very cautious with what I share and who I share it with, and not to get off on a tangent, because we will definitely get into the topic. But my enemy is getting very, very desperate. He's tried everything he can. To take me down, to take me out. It hasn't worked, and because he is now struggling. I would not be surprised if he were to send someone to to ask a bunch of questions about me. So, but I mean, listen, you're more than welcome to go over to his channel. Everything there is to know about me is all out on the internet. There isn't really anything else to know. So, at any rate, I appreciate the $5 super chat. It has been a while, guys. It's been a while. This is a special Saturday show. Of course, you guys all know that I don't normally do shows on on Saturdays. But it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been on the air, so I figured I'd go ahead and do this before this gets too late. So Dev and I, we took an not really an impromptu trip. We took a trip to Reno to clear our heads for the CME push. And it was a very, very good, very relaxing trip. I actually planned to do some live streams while I was out there, but you know what? I said, you know what? This is going to be a vacation's vacation. I just decided, hey, you know what? I'm just going to take it easy, maybe post a few pictures to Instagram, and and hopefully my channel won't go to shit. You guys stayed supporting. I greatly appreciate that. However, a couple announcements I'll make before I get the show started, and I'll have graphics and all that when I make the official announcement on Monday. But I'm going to now start doing triple headers. I'm going to do triple header dating show breakdowns. I'm going to do Temptation Island. I'm going to do The Ultimatum, and I'm going to do 90 Day Fiance. That's right. There is a new season of 90 Day Fiance. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down all three of those dating shows back to back. And it's going to be a lot of fun. It's I'm going to, and what I try to do about a 30-minute breakdown of each episode. So that should be a lot of fun. I enjoy doing these things. Also, I'm going to start Red Pill Movie Night. That's right, Red Pill Movie Night. I am going to break down a movie every Saturday night. So every Saturday night, actually right around this time, I'll put a movie on. Obviously, this is not going to happen on YouTube for copyright reasons, but exclusively on Sharpstream, I am going to be breaking down various movies, the whole thing. Now, you guys know that when I break things down, I like to break it down to the micro nuance. So it will probably take 2 or 3 weekends to get through a single movie. But that's okay. I think it makes great content. And Heather tells me a lot that I get a lot of complaints in my comments that I talk too much and that I talk too much, or that stop the video or quit interrupting the video, blah 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 blah. Listen, man, the reason why people like my breakdowns is because I do break everything down. I break down the micro nuance. I break down what they say. I break down the reason why they said it. I break down body language. I break down all kinds of stuff, and I don't like to leave any stone unturned. I do not like to leave any stone unturned. So, listen, if you want to, if you're looking for someone who's going to do reaction videos or break things down, who's going to sit there and watch something for 15 minutes and then give you 8 seconds of commentary for every 15 minutes, this is not the channel. This is not the channel for that. This is the my style is to make sure that you guys have all of the information, and I mean all of the information. So if that means that if that means that if I break down a movie for, I don't know, an hour and a half and we only get 20 to 30 minutes into the video, so be it. I don't just talk to hear myself. Well, I do talk to hear myself talk, but no, all jokes aside, that's just the way I do it. That's the way I do it. If you don't like the fact that I interrupt too much, maybe you're subscribed to the wrong channel, but this is the way I do it. This is what has been my bread and butter since really for about a year and a half, since the spring and summer of 19. The very first movie I will be breaking down the movie Hitch. That's right, I will be breaking down the movie Hitch, starring none other, incidentally enough, Will Smith and Eva Mendes. Holy smokes, Geeky Anomaly, you absolutely, positively just nailed it. With the $2 super chat, he says, my vote for the first film is Hitch. There you go. Geeky Anomaly, I'm telling you what, GA, that was a little too close to home, bruh. that was a little too close to home, bruh. Geeky might have he might have some surveillance set up here in my house or on the plane, because that's when I decided to break down the movie. 20 minutes into Hitch, I was like, whoa. Hitch is packed with red pill and it's packed with blue pill. But the interesting thing about Hitch is that it packages the red pill inside of blue pill, right? So it gives you red pill truths with a blue pill foundation. And we'll talk more about that, but that's going to be a blast. That's going to be a blast to watch. Of course, if you are familiar with the 49 Laws of Sharp, if you are a womanese student, then this is going to be a treat for you. If you want to watch for free, you guys know what to do. Simply download the Sharp Stream app. The Sharp Stream app. It is absolutely free on the App Store or the Google Play Store. Pardon me. It's free on the App Store or the Google Play Store, so whether you have an Apple or an Android, you can watch for free. Download the app. It is absolutely free. However, you can only watch live for free. If you want access to all of my dating show breakdowns, including my triple header, and my movie breakdowns, which I will be doing every Saturday night, Saturday evening, become a member at SharpStream, sharpstream.com, or become a patron at patreon.com/Donovan Sharp. So I'm very, very excited to get that started. Eben Zur says, second movie, Think Like a Man. Wow, that's a good one. That's a really, really good one. Girl Strip is also a good one. JBlaze11 says, anyway, can we do a chat poll for a list of movies? Yeah, chat your submissions. Chat your submissions, or you can send them to me, tsr@donovansharp.com or devin@donovansharp.com. Apollo on the SharpStream side says, Will Smith slaps Kevin James in it. Perfect timing. Absolutely. I'm going to tell you what, dude. Hitch is absolutely loaded. It is loaded. Honestly, man, Hitch should be a case study for this community. So very, very excited to get that started. I'm going to be opening up the phone lines actually very, very soon to get your thoughts on Kim Kardashian and her situation. And I really want to get your thoughts on that, and an article that I'm going to point out in my talk today. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with who Kim Kardashian is, most young people don't really know how exactly Kim Kardashian got famous. Here's the Reader's Digest version. Kim Kardashian really first burst onto the American landscape as a very good friend of Paris Hilton. She was Paris Hilton's friend and stylist. Okay? Of course, we all know Paris Hilton is famous for, well, being famous. And Kim Kardashian, she was very young, very attractive, very young, very attractive young woman. And so people didn't necessarily flock to her, but hey, if Paris Hilton has given Kim K her blessing, then hey, why not? If Paris Hilton likes her, then we can too. Well, then came the 2007 sex tape with Ray J. With Ray J. I don't know exactly when the tape was the sex tape was shot. I don't know exactly when it was shot, but it was released in 2007. It was released in 2007. The sex tape made Kim Kardashian instantly an international superstar. It is literally overnight, she became a celebrity because of her sex tape. Now, keep in mind that she was dating Ray J at the time. So, I mean, hey, more power to her, right? So it gets around, and now Kim K is a super celebrity. Well, fast forward just a few short years, and we've got Keeping Up with the Kardashians. Kim K is often thought of as the queen of Instagram, and the Kardashian empire is a multi-million dollar empire with Kim and Kris Jenner at the head of that matriarchal family. Let's go. Let's take a look at her. Let's take a quick look at Kim's dating history. And if you guys are picking up on the fact that I'm a little hoarse, I lost my voice. I have no idea when I lost it, but it is what it is. So let's take a look at Kim K's ex-boyfriends here. And I should not have tabbed over. Let me tab back here. So Kim Kardashian has a very long and illustrious dating history. So let's just take a look at who she has dated here. It looks like she dated Damon Thomas from 2000 to 2003. I have no idea who Damon Thomas is, but it says 19-year-old Kim married music producer Damon Thomas, who was 10 years older than her. In the year 2000, they were together for 3 years, with Kim accusing Damon of controlling behavior in divorce papers. Damon vehemently denies these claims. Of course, we all know that when a woman says that a man is controlling, that is translation for a man who does not put up with a woman's BS. He does not make it easy for her to either cheat or branch swing or a combination of both. Any behavior, and I've said this before, you guys will actually find this in the Womanese series as well as the 49 Laws of Sharp. Women will they'll characterize a healthy relationship as a relationship where it's easy to cheat. A toxic relationship is a relationship where it's not so easy to cheat. So if Damon Thomas made it difficult for her to step out on her, that's when they call it controlling. We all know that. 2003 to 2006, looks like she dated Ray J. You can see Kim is quite attractive here. Ray J's looking good. He's definitely tapping that you-know-what. So while Kim was working as singer Brandy's stylist, Brandy Norwood, she started dating her younger brother Ray J. The pair were together for 3 years until 2006, and a year after they split, a sex tape. Kim Kardashian, superstar of the pair leaked online. Kim denied any involvement in the tape's distribution and sued the tape owners, Vivid Entertainment. They apparently settled for $5 million. Okay, speaking about the tape on KUWTK, a reunion with Andy Cohen in 2021, Kim admitted, "That is something I have to live with for the rest of my life, but it's something that's being held over my head." Oh boy, listen, sweetheart, this is what happens when you have sex on camera. "I try not to have any regrets," she says, "but it's probably the one thing I wish didn't exist. If I could erase any of the stupid things that I've done in my life, that's probably it. And it's more so from being a mum." She probably said mom because, she's American. I'm going to go ahead and say it. If not for the sex tape, Kim Kardashian probably would not be where she is right now. Same with Mia Khalifa. Mia Khalifa doesn't do spicy movies. She's probably not the celebrity she is now, but it is what it is. Then, of course, she dated Nick Cannon, who now has, I think, 84 children by 74 different women and has another dozen or two knocked up. So Nick Cannon, from 2006 to 2007, she dated Nick for about a year, breaking up in part because of the sex tape's release. Absolutely. In October 2021, Nick opened up about their relationship on Drinks Champs podcast, saying, "I was really into her. I was vibing. She's actually one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, but the fact that she lied and told me that there was no tape, and I still think she might have even had a part to play with its release." I think Kim definitely had a part to play. Listen, I don't have any proof or anything like that, but I think that Kim Kardashian was 100% culpable in the release. Listen, as far as a career move, that was brilliant. It launched her into international superstardom. No one is going to argue that. 2007 to 2010, she started dating Reggie Bush. This is when I first became aware of her. Me being a sports fan, Reggie Bush was the best football player in the world for a good long time. After being introduced by mutual friends, American football player Reggie and Kim started dating just as Keeping Up with the Kardashians began to gain momentum. Their 2009 breakup, followed by a reconciliation and eventual 2010 split, played out on the show. 2010 to 2013, of course, she was married to Chris Humphries. That marriage lasted for, 72 hours. Then, of course, her most famous or infamous relationship was with one Kanye West, the man with whom she has now 4 children. Then she dated Van Jones back in 2021. That was a little puzzling to me. But, whatever. Van Jones wanted to hit it. He did. Says in the summer of 2021, an unlikely pairing emerged. CCN presenter Van Jones and a recently divorced Kim Kardashian, thanks to the 53-year-old helping her with her law degree. Sure, he did help her with her degree. During a chat with Andy Cohen, Kim denied claims, explaining, "No, I'm not dating Van. Van texted me and I was like, this rumor has got me so many dates. I'm grateful, so I owe you." He later told Page Six, "I never made any comments about the rumors of me and Kim Kardashian dating, as I found it absurd. It was flattering for me, but it probably wasn't flattering for her." Van Jones absolutely smashed Kim K. Come on. If you're not smashing Kim K, you deny it. That's just all there is to it. And of course, Kim, who I guess is currently in a relationship with Pete Davidson, who reportedly has a 10-inch sausage. It's kind of weird. Listen, is it just me, or is Pete Davidson one of the most... Dude, he is probably one of the ugliest... Listen, I'm not hating on the kid. Like, dude, he's smashed more chicks than I ever will. He's got more money than I'll ever make. But Jesus Christ, dude. He's probably... I think the only celebrity that's uglier than him is probably Steve Buscemi. I'm just putting it out there. Just putting it out there. You guys know how that goes. Listen, I don't hate. I procreate, right? I don't know. Then, of course, you've got the other Kardashian shenanigans. And stay with me here, guys. I'm going to bring this back around. So, other Kardashian shenanigans that have led to their empire. Kris Kardashian, the matriarch of the Kardashian family, she smashed OJ. She smashed OJ, and OJ Simpson is rumored to be Khloe Kardashian's biological father. The long and the short of it is, and you guys can look this up. Kris and now the deceased Robert Kardashian, who was on OJ Simpson's legal team, were on vacation with OJ and his then wife Nicole. Right? And so what happened was, I don't know how these situations occur. Robert and Nicole both went to bed, leaving OJ and Kris in the hot tub together. In OJ's words, he said, "I fucked her till I broke her." Well, the interesting thing is after OJ, this is just according to him, after OJ smashed Kris Kardashian, apparently he smashed her so hard and so deep, she had to go to the hospital. And so when she told OJ, "Hey, I think something's wrong with my insides, like you literally rearranged my guts," you know what OJ told her? He said, "Get Robert to take you." Like a true G. Real talk. Anyway, that's Kris Kardashian. Kourtney Kardashian, she's been alpha widowed by Scott Disick. Khloe Kardashian has been alpha widowed by Lamar Odom, and it looks like she's probably going to be alpha widowed by Tristan Thompson as well. Then, of course, you've got Kylie and Kendall Jenner following in Kim and Khloe's penchant for smashing NBA players, James Harden, Ben Simmons, among them. The only reason I know about them is because they're both affiliated with the Sixers. Then, of course, last, certainly not least, there's Bruce Jenner, who is now Caitlyn Jenner. There's no need to elaborate on that situation, right? The point is that the Kardashians, they drive men crazy. They throw men off their game. Well, that brings us full circle to what we're talking about now. So Kim K's son, Saint, saw an ad for a sex tape while he was playing Roblox, and now she's tripping. And my question is, did she not think about this? Did she think this wouldn't happen? Did she not think about this when she was getting smashed on camera and decided to distribute said sex tape? Guys, this is the problem with modern women. This is the problem with modern women. They're young and stupid, but they always regret it later. They sleep around in their 20s, then in their 30s, it's where have all the good men gone? They have 3 different kids by 3 different men in their teens and 20s, but no ring. They get tattoos and piercings in college, but then wonder why high-value men only want to smash them and not take them seriously. Guys, this is why girls need strong fathers. Fathers keep sons out of jail and daughters off of stripper poles and sex tapes. Robert Kardashian was obviously a weak father. He obviously did not have the respect of any of the females in his house. And how do we know this? Well, Kris smashed OJ, or OJ smashed Kris. Fathers also convey to daughters that actions have consequences. If your little girl comes to you and says, Daddy, I want a tattoo," you tell her, hell no. Hold up. That's what you tell her, because fathers are aware that actions have consequences, among other things. And guys, this is the overarching point here. Now, even though women act stupid? They're not stupid. They're not, okay? But women are impulsive and they make bad decisions about everything, most notably about the men they choose to date. So let me show you an article, and I told you guys I would bring this around. I just want to bring this article here. So Devin sent me this article about something Shaquille O'Neal said. Shaquille O'Neal, this article was published, I think, yesterday. But Shaq says that his daughters can stay at home as long as they want, but his son's got to move out at 18. I am 100% in agreement with this. Let's read. Shaquille O'Neal is revealing why he'll let his daughters live at home far longer than his sons. On Tuesday's episode of the Pivot Podcast, the former NBA star 50, man, Shaq is 50 already, Jesus, shares that his 3 daughters can stay as long as they want, while his 3 sons got to go when they turn 18. O'Neal and his ex-wife, Shawnee O'Neal, share 4 kids together, Sharif, Amira, Shakir, and Miara, while Shawnee has a son, Miles, from a previous relationship, and O'Neal has a daughter, Tahira, with his former girlfriend, Arnetta Yardborough. Almost said Yardbird. I like my girls a little bit better, O'Neal admits, but as a man, you have to protect, provide, and love your woman. I trust them more because they're more sensitive, they're more caring, and they're thinkers, he adds of his daughters. You know how boys are. He says. My boys, you have to bring something in. You bring something in front of them, and they're gone. I tell my boys, when y'all get 18, all you got to go. Girls can stay as long as they want, he continues. Asked if the former athlete was sincere in his response, O'Neal replies, I'm dead serious. The girls can stay as long as y'all want. Take your time. Go to college, get your master's, get your doctorate. I'll pay for it. Take your time, he says. O'Neal first filed for divorce from Shawnee in 2007 before the couple reconciled temporarily. 2 years later, Shawnee, now 47, filed for separation and sought the sole custody of their children. The father of the 6 was known for his toughness on the NBA court, but as a father, O'Neal found a different side of himself. Being a dad, he says, has helped me become likable. You know how it is in sports. When I lose, I'm tearing my house up. I'm pissed. I'm breaking everything. But as soon as you have kids, soon as you open that door, all that has to go away. It all has to go away. You have to be nice, especially with girls, because the kids, they don't care if you lose, O'Neal explained. Look, man, Shaq is not going to be honest about why he'll let his daughter stay at home for obvious reasons. So I'm going to tell him, I'm going to tell you what he was afraid to say. The reason why Shaq is kicking out his sons at 18, but his daughters can stay as long as they want, is because Shaquille O'Neal is a man. Shaquille O'Neal is a man. A lot of women think, oh my God, I'm 25 or I'm 22 and I live with my parents. I'm a loser. No, you're not. No. If you're a 22-year-old man and you live with your parents, you're a loser. 22-year-old females who live with their parents, not losers. Women should always live with their parents until they get married. That's that. Shaquille O'Neal understands this. Shaquille O'Neal's wife understands this, and his children definitely understand this. Shaquille O'Neal is doing the right thing. Shaquille O'Neal understands the masculine burden of performance, as Geeky Anomaly so eloquently states. He states that. Okay? So, given what we know about Shaquille O'Neal, you think we'll ever see his daughters in a sex tape? Huh? You think we'll see his daughters in tabloids for the kind of things that the Kardashians are in tabloids for? No, of course not. Because Shaquille O'Neal, clearly a strong father, a strong patriarch, is letting his daughters know, hey, listen, you don't have to go. I'm not going to kick you out into the world. I love you. You can stay with me as long as you want. Those girls will not have daddy issues. Clearly. Now, a lot of people might bristle at the fact that I'm saying that daughters should live at home until they're married. Okay? Now, I'm not religious, but it says so in the Bible. And again, women aren't stupid. But gentlemen, history shows us that when given the freedom to act like men on the dating market, women consistently make terrible decisions. How do we know they make terrible decisions? Well, number one, we have the highest rate of out-of-wedlock children in history. We have the highest rate of paternity fraud in history. Girls are getting more noit robas, spelled backwards, abortion, as a result of birth control and lack of structure. What's more is that women and men don't trust each other. Here's another thing. Women cheat as a matter of habit. Women are almost expected to cheat. So much. That's so funny. Women always say, well, women don't cheat and men cheat, da-da-da-da-da. Yet when they're talking about all of their attributes as a significant other, they like to say, well, I don't cheat. What do you want, a fucking cookie? You're not supposed to cheat in relationships, but it's so commonplace that women actually feel the need to tell men that they're doing something they shouldn't be doing in the first place. Here's another reason why the dating market is in the toilet. Women are literally incentivized to make bad decisions. Unplanned pregnancy? Get a Noit Roba and get praise for your courage and bravery. A dude smashes you on your futon, then ghosts you? Well, you get to accuse him of EPAR, spelled backwards. Get him expelled, carry around a futon mattress all year, call it your dissertation, get invited to the White House, and then make another sex tape. Got knocked up by 3 different men? No problem. Free food, free housing, free health care. Decides you don't want to be married anymore? No fault divorce, full custody of the kids, the house, and at least half of that man's present and future income. Gentlemen, we reward women for their bad decisions, and then we wonder why they continue to make bad decisions. Well, looks like Kim K's bad decision is finally coming back to bite her in her Brazilian-enhanced ass. This is another case of a woman not thinking things through. And again, why should we expect a young 20-something-year-old Kim Kardashian to make sound decisions about her sex life? Why would we expect that? This is both men and women. Now, men, we are punished for our bad decisions very early. Women aren't really punished for their bad decisions until later, which is why women continuously make bad decisions. Kim Kardashian is the quintessential example of this in action. What happens if Mia Khalifa decides to have a kid? Huh? What about other spicy movie actresses? What was her name? Brie Olsen, who was bitching and moaning about nobody wanting to hire her. There are a couple of other adult film actresses who've run into trouble on the dating market. Right? What happens if Selena Powell decides to have a child? Or her ex-best friend, Eliza? What about all of the OnlyFans girls out there? Think about this, gentlemen. Lana Rhoades, thank you, Trucino. Think about how many stories are we going to see in about a decade or so where kids are finding their mothers getting smashed on OnlyFans. There are very few guarantees in life, gentlemen. Death, taxes, and now the internet, which is forever. And it's even worse now, what with the smartphone, screen grabs, etc., etc. So here is my question. To everyone. And I want to get your thoughts on this. I'm going to open up the phone lines. If girls know that the internet is forever, then why do they continue to act in such a way that will most assuredly damage them when and if they decide to become mothers? We all know about the Kim K sex tape. Yet, young, attractive women are still flocking to the quick money with OnlyFans. As I said before, gentlemen, women aren't stupid. So why do they continue to make stupid decisions that will definitely haunt them publicly forever? And when I say forever, I mean forever. And that is the memo. I'm going to open up the phone lines right now. The phone lines are open right now. And so during the break, I'm going to open up the phone lines. If you want to get in on this conversation, call in early. Get in line, and we will get you taken care of. We'll be right back.
I'm living in this quasi-crack house. Amy just called me and told me that her and Ben were engaged to be married. I was absolutely broken. There are men who are living in a constant state of malcontent and malaise. You're just existing, just kind of moseying through life. You don't know that you're missing anything. You don't understand that you're not living the life you want to live. If you've ever had that lingering doubt, am I really doing the best I can? Men owe it to themselves to get around men who love them, who care about them. The most important relationships a man can have is with other men who thrive, men who dominate life. They have strong bonds and lifelong relationships with like-minded men. If there's a man who's laying on his couch or he's just thinking something is missing, the CME awakens your masculinity. So if there's any doubt in your mind as to whether or not you're doing it right or you're getting the most out of life, you come to the CME in Miami and I can promise you those questions will be answered for you in tenfold. I just want to bring men together to help us all to become better. A man's true happiness is derived by his pursuit of becoming the best version of himself. And that is exactly what the Conference of Masculine Excellence is all about. Whether you're a Red Pill content creator or a Red Pill content consumer, we can all benefit from being around like-minded men. It is very, very difficult to find men who understand what's really going on out here in the sexual marketplace from a Red Pill perspective. The Conference of Masculine Excellence brings all these men together so that we can network and have a community of like-minded men that we can lean on when we need to lean on them. If you want more information about the Conference of Masculine Excellence, go to masculineexcellence.com. If you missed the CME, you missed that person-on-person, you missed that raw interaction. And you can't replace that. You can't replace that with a phone or a laptop or a computer for sure.
Understanding women and increasing your dating success starts with Donovan Sharp's massive collection of award-winning books and courses. Get off to a fast start and jumpstart your masculine renaissance with the 49 Laws of Sharp. The 49 Laws of Sharp is the perfect quick start guide for any man new to this community looking for the answers that keep them up at night after a bad experience with a woman. So many men ask themselves, why did she cheat? How could I not see this coming? Why did I miss the signs? And how can I avoid this in the future? The 49 Laws of Sharp will answer these questions and many more. This will give you a rock-solid foundation upon which to build, develop, and cultivate your newfound identity, and put you miles ahead of your competition. Most men have never had access to this valuable information, let alone understand and apply it. But the 49 Laws of Sharp will give you an unfair advantage over men and women. This treasure trove of valuable knowledge is available in audio, video, ebook, and paperback. Next, supplement your newly acquired foundational knowledge, supercharge your dating life with Donovan's 25-hour course, How to Master the Game. How to Master the Game will teach you the ins and outs of the player life, overcoming approach anxiety, identifying women who you want to approach, text game, first date principles and logistics, avoiding the friend zone, and so much more will be covered extensively. Also included are the bonus podcasts that will cover how to dress, Tinder game, and much more. Put simply, How to Master the Game will turn you into a stone-cold assassin with the ladies. Available in video and audio format. If you're not the kind of guy who wants to live the bachelor life, or you've had your fill of the player life and are looking for something a little more fulfilling, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up is a must. Donovan's 5-part, 7-hour audio course will show you step-by-step how to find, cultivate, and sustain a solid, healthy relationship. Everything from selecting the right woman, to coaching and correction, to what to do between the sheets. How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up will guide you through the entire process of building the kind of woman you want and need. The strategies and techniques in this course are exactly what Donovan does in his own relationship to this day. And he is living proof that women can be beneficial to men provided they have the right instruction. And finally, the ultimate weapon all men are looking for in terms of being able to read and understand women, Donovan Sharp's revolutionary, one-of-a-kind course that has been called the Cheat Code, Womanese. Womanese is the first and only course of its kind that gives men the raw and honest truth about what women really mean when they communicate verbally. Womanese translates female communication with shocking accuracy and has changed the dating lives and relationships of men the world over. So many men have avoided disaster because of the preciseness and sheer volume of material in this course, which contains over 600 translations. How cool would it be to be able to see through a woman's BS and act accordingly right then and there, rather than getting blindsided when it's too late? What would it be like to have the ability to read a woman like a book based only on what she says? These abilities will be at your disposal with Womanese. Women won't be able to lie to you, cheat on you, deceive you, or take advantage of you. The time and money you'll save pays for the course almost immediately. Womanese is available in video, audio, ebook, and paperback format, and can be purchased one volume at a time or all at once. Men in his community often state that the best investment a man can make is in himself. Donovan's extensive educational materials will take your life to the next level. And the only place you can get this life-changing knowledge is tsracademy.com. Link in description.
Masculinity in 2022 quite simply means a man giving himself permission to act like a man. There's so many men who simply aren't saying, acting like they want to act, and the reason for that is because there's fear. The red pill gives men permission to be masculine. The CME attendee is a man who's looking for answers, a man who's looking for a deeper understanding of himself, who is kind of stuck in a rut, feels that he has not maxed out his potential, but he wants to take his life to the next level. Nothing inspires a man to improve himself like being around other men who are about self-improvement. The Conference of Masculine Excellence is going to be right here in sunny Miami, Florida. This, of course, is the home of Fresh and Fit. You know, Myron Gaines and I were very, very good friends. Miami is kind of the default headquarters for the red pill. Great weather, fast cars, pretty girls, good food, man. All right, guys, and the phone lines are officially open. Let me switch up my sound here. So I'm going to read a couple of super chats here because I got a couple of super chats that there we go. I got a couple of super chats that came in. Let's see what we got here. Mr. J with the $2 super chat says OJ has no simp bone in his body. Savage 100%. I totally agree with that. 100%. Mr. J with another $10 super chat says women who have to 4K in front of a camera better learn from this. Once on the net, stays on the net. I feel bad for the son because if the son found out, many other kids in school will. I know, I'm a teacher. Oh boy. Holy smokes, man. That is absolutely, whew, wow. So you are a teacher, so you know all about it. All right. All right, so the phone lines are, are officially open. 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. Let us go to Jay Blaze in Maine. Jay Blaze in Maine, you're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind?
Hey, Donovan. Glad to have you back.
Yeah, thank you, man. It's good to be back. I missed you guys.
Okay, so I think we should probably change it from sins of the father to sins of the mother.
Oh, okay. So, please elaborate.
Yeah. So women have a natural rivalry. So 50 years ago, it used to be they would rival each other over who had the best family and who had the best household.
Right.
So you give a woman a smartphone and Instagram account. Say one woman gets flown out to Miami.
Right.
All her friends are going to be wanting to get flown out to Dubai or California.
Yep.
And compete with each other on that sort of stuff.
So it's almost like women are trying to out-ho one another. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. That sounds about right to me. What are your thoughts on the Kim K situation? If you are, let's say that you're Kim K's best friend, and I don't know why you would be best friends with a woman, but let's just say for the sake of argument, what advice would you give Kim Kardashian about this situation? She comes to you and she says, hey, Jay Blaze, look, man, my sex tape is out. My kid just found out about it. I'm afraid he's going to get made fun of at school. What should I do?
Hope he goes to private school, or because it's out there for the whole world to see. Like,
Yeah.
I almost think she has it a little easier that everyone knows. Like, if a kid goes over to their parents' house, the parents already know Kim K. Oh yeah, she had a tape.
Okay.
But if you're a regular woman, then and your kid comes home to all the other parents, like that, I think it's worse in a way.
Okay. No,
Does
that
that
it's
make
almost
sense?
yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. It's almost as though her celebrity almost, dare I say, shields her from criticism because she's already, listen, man, I mean, she's clearly already suffered the consequences of this, but now she's got to deal with it with her kid. What about the kids at school? Because kids can be very, very cruel at school. What advice would you give her about, if any, what advice could you give her about how to handle her kid coming home and saying, mommy, they're making fun of you in your sex tape at school? What would you advise her to do, and how would you advise her to do it?
Tell her, son, listen, I made 9 figures off that. So I don't know how else you say it.
Hey, man, hey,
Kim
I like
K
it.
made a 9 figures out of a tape,
That's
and how else can you say it? Like,
Yeah.
she did quite well for herself.
Yep. I'll tell you this, Jay Blaze. It's funny. And thanks for the call, Jay Blaze. Thank you very much for chiming in. You know, it's interesting. Kim K she saw in that, we saw in the article, she says, that's the one thing I wish I could undo. That's the one thing I wish I could undo. Dude, if not for that sex tape, Kim K would not be where she is now. That's just all there is to it. I don't know, maybe she would have a little bit of celebrity, but she would be nowhere near the celebrity she is now. Geeky Anomaly with the $5 super chat, appreciate that. It says, real talk, Jay Blaze, my grandmother would still compete with other women her age about who had the best kitchen, the better recipes, and the best husbands. You know what's interesting? That's what women should be competing over. But instead, they're competing not really about notch count, because they know that girls can get sausage anytime they want from whoever they want, pretty much. They're competitive about the wrong things. They really, really are. It's really, really sad to see. Appreciate the super chat, Geeky Anomaly. Let us go to True Chino in Florida. True Chino, you are on live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on Kim Kardashian and the sex tape?
Hey, what's good, Donovan?
What's up, brother? I'm doing good, man.
Hey, been around for a minute. I just want to say, since episode 589 is interesting, this is my first call to your show and whatnot.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
Topic.
It is no, that's okay, man. It's good to finally talk to you. I was actually a little surprised when I saw your name come up in the queue.
Not for nothing, I'm about to round 2 years, so I just figured things are
the
going
support,
real
man.
well. So
Good.
as again,
good.
let me stay on topic right now.
Okay.
But this Kim K thing, I'm gonna shout out to your boy Jap.
Okay.
These women don't give a fuck about their kids, bro.
Nope, they don't.
They really don't give a fuck about their kids' future. And I understand Kim K's a good woman. She's been doing some very, I should say, enlightening things when it comes down to, like the whole jail reform. She's doing a lot more things than I thought she would be capable of.
I agree.
would say that in the public eye.
I agree.
But when it comes down to women and their children in this day and age, in 2022, women are about self-preservation.
That's right.
And men are about self-acclamation. That's the way I look at this shit in 2022 now.
Okay.
Men are now realizing their worth in this day and age, and women are just fucking preserving the shit out of their shit. I mean, they're literally saying, I want a fucking man with a boat.
Yep.
You know, so when it comes down to it, they give a fuck about what their future might be. Oh, excuse my language. Sorry.
That's okay.
They give a damn about their future when it comes down to the children that might be seeing these things come the future. I mean, you got 3-year-olds on tablets now.
Yeah.
If her son Saint is playing Roblox and sees this pop up, You got Northwest, her daughter, already on TikTok making an emo talking about I like emo girls. The hell?
Wow, I did not see. I don't keep up with this stuff, but that is incredible.
You didn't know that?
No, I did not. Oh my goodness. So you mean to tell me their daughter, Northwest, is doing TikTok videos talk about she's emo?
Dude, Kim backed it up with her fucking cousin Penelope, bro.
Oh my
Kanye
God.
got online and said, "Hey, I don't condone this shit, yo. I don't want my daughter doing this."
See that?
And the thing about it is, Kanye's like, "Yo, no one's respecting the father's wishes. I'm trying to protect my children from this publicity online because it's going to affect them in the future." Again, self-preservation, self-acclamation. Kim was born in the spotlight, bro. She was born for this. Kanye is trying to protect her kids from this. So, I mean, it's one of those situations where you're seeing it play out in real time. And low-key, I'm hoping a lot of men wake up from what Kanye is talking about. It's like, yo, men are trying to protect their kids. And these women don't give a damn because they're too concerned about their own preserve of their own life.
Let me ask you something.
Again, back to Jeff. These women don't care about their kids when they come down to it. And I know it's not all women. Let me put that disclaimer out there.
Whatever. Listen, I know a lot of single moms. Listen, look, check this out. I know a lot of single moms. Listen, hold on. I know a lot of single moms, but none of them give a damn about their kids.
Blatant. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I was going to say I know a lot of single moms, and none of them give a damn about their kids. Even my own mother. When my mom became a single mom, she didn't give a damn about us. She was fucking niggas left and right. She didn't care what we thought. She didn't care what other people thought of her.
Hey, DS, let me tell you something, bro. The reason I got on to you is because when you said the age that you were, that's how I really related to you. And you said you was in a single mom household.
Oh,
the things you went through, I didn't even have. Hey, I'm an only child, bro. And I guarantee you, there were days I was at home at the age of 6 making my own food, boiling hot dogs and water and shit. Don't even go. I'm just saying, we probably got stories that can actually relate to each other. That's another story. I don't want to get off topic, but I'm just saying.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, listen, you're absolutely right, man. I've never met an unselfish single mother. It's so weird. I've never, this is a bold statement. I have never ever met a single mother who actually puts her kids first. Single mothers are only good mothers when they think someone's watching, when they're taking a selfie. Oh, single mom, toughest job I'll ever love. She puts down her phone. She doesn't give a damn about the kids. I'll give you the last word, Georgino.
Facts. Let me give you one more caveat on that.
All right, give it to me.
Keep in mind, before the social media, before the online with the TikTok, and the Instagram.
You
before
stupid.
all of these accolades that women can actually advertise themselves to every man that was on the planet.
Right.
Keep in mind that women actually sought out the guys that they never gave a chance to in the first place.
Yep, that's all right.
So it was funny to me, and I've lived this firsthand. I've dated single mothers.
So have I.
It was amazing how quick they would sit there and say, "Oh, we can go out," or they want to go somewhere, and I'm like, "Okay, what about your kids?" "Oh, don't worry, they'll be okay.
They'll be all right.
My parents will watch them."
Oh, yes. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Am I wrong or right?
Dude, you're 100% right. I saw this from the kid perspective, and then I saw it from dating single mothers perspective. Single moms are bad. Dude, single moms are bad parents. That's all there is to it. I have never, ever met. I'm not saying that single moms are all terrible, but I don't know any good ones. And single moms, dude, I have not met one single mother who puts the needs of her children before her own. Thank you very much for the call, Truchino. Listen, thank you for the support, too, over the years, man. It's good to finally talk to you.
Shout out to you, DS. All right, man. Love you, brother.
Appreciate it, man. Love you, too, man. Truchino calling in. Wayne, he's right. He's right. And listen, it's so funny. People always say, well, not all women and da-da-da-da-da. Look, man, it might not be all women. Not all women are like that, but enough of them are like that, 99.9%. Enough of them are like that to where we all have the same stories. This is what I said. This is what I said to Jen when I was on the lead attorneys. When I was on TLA's live with Jen from the block. She hit me with all the normal rhetoric, and you're a loser, you're an incel, blah, 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 blah. I told her, I was like, look, man, we didn't just wake up and all of a sudden decide that we wanted to just trash women for no reason. No. We all found each other because we all found each other because we have similar experiences. And men and women both bond through similar experiences. You don't bond through lies. We're not just making this up just to be making it up. Nah, this is the case. This is why we're so steadfast in our beliefs here at TSR Towers. Let us go to Al in Buffalo. Al in Buffalo, you're on live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian situation?
Thanks for having me back again after we talked about the Will Smith thing.
Yes.
My thoughts are, I do think it's their fault. It's their fault. A lot of these women are going to be having to do a lot of homeschooling instead of private schooling.
Okay.
Imagine putting down several grand on your OnlyFans money only for them to find out and kick you out.
Ooh, wow. Holy smokes, man. Do you think that might be so now, do you think Kim K should if now you raise a very good point, Al, because if I were Kim K, I would most assuredly now homeschool my kid. And you want your kid to be socialized and to be well adjusted, but that ship sailed back in 2006 when she made the sex tape, and then in 2007 when it was published. What do you think? Do you think that she should start homeschooling her kids now, or should she just tell them, hey, you have to face the music, life is about adversity, you have to overcome adversity?
I think that's what would be best. But Kim K was always known for being in the spotlight. Even before she was famous, she wasn't just Paris Hilton's friend. She was also the son of the lawyer that got O.J. Simpson off.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's very, very true.
She's always been in the spotlight, and she's also part of this greater culture of people stopping listening to their fathers in general. I'm sure as a lawyer in the 90s, he was telling people all the time to keep their public matters out of public consciousness.
Right.
But that's becoming something that's way more normal. I've seen with the Johnny Depp social media stuff.
Oh my
stuff you're
God,
seeing
Jesus
for
Christ!
civil defamation case.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, listen, we'll get into that probably sometime next week.
That case is televised.
Dude, I'm trying to tell you.
Televised and being live streamed. There are lawyers covering it in YouTube live stream. It's on TikTok.
What kind of things are they saying?
They're taking clips of it. They're saying Amber Heard's a horrible person because if you look at it for 15 minutes, she's awful.
Yeah,
she was on drugs. He was on drugs during his rehab. Refused to quit with him. She was antagonizing him to the point where he wanted more drugs just to stop feeling awful when she was exacerbating it.
Yeah. Geeky Anomaly says Amber Turd. Yeah, I heard about the pooping in the bed thing. That was bizarre. I'll give you the last word, Al.
Really, I just think it's this greater public consciousness of not dealing with your father figures anymore. It's just listening to women, and that's not going to work out.
No, it's not. Women need their fathers, man, and I think that begins and ends with the mother. The mother has to let these little girls know, hey, this is your father. You have to listen to your father. Alan Buffalo, listen, man, I appreciate you calling into the show, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alan Buffalo, dropping some knowledge. Yeah, next week we're definitely going to talk about the Amber Turd Johnny Depp situation. I've got to watch. I don't know. I, honestly, man, I guess I'll watch some of it just to get a little bit of it. But I'd be very interested to see what you guys think of it because, listen, obviously, 100 heads is better than one. Let's go to Apollo in Pittsburgh. Apollo in Pittsburgh, you are on live with Donovan. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
All right, Donovan, how you doing, man?
Doing real good, man.
With this situation, I guess I'd look at it like first what you're saying about single mothers. As you know, my situation, divorced with 2 girls, but I think a lot of the reason why things are, for the most part pretty good is because I'm there and I'm there constantly.
Right.
And the fact that there have been a couple of times, not too many with her, so I'll give her credit, but where I've had to, come in and put my foot down, especially with her, and saying, listen, things aren't going to go this way. And if they continue to go this way, it will get ugly.
Right.
And so, once I made that clear, it kind of set, situations back to the way it should be. And so once my girl saw that, it's like, okay, if dad's getting mom in line, his ex-wife, we better get in line too.
Damn right. You're damn right. And it's funny, I've said this before. Mommy, there is a big, I've always thought, Apollo, that mommy issues was kind of a myth. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I do know this, Apollo. Mommy issues happen, daddy issues happen when there's no father in the home. Mommy issues happen when there is a mother in the home. A man who grows up without a mom never has mommy issues. Men who have mom, like I guess you can say that I have mommy issues is because my mother was there and she was a terrible mom. But if you have daddy, it's almost like I have mommy and daddy issues because my dad was there, but he really wasn't there. My mom was there and she fucked us all up. That's just kind of how that goes. What do you think?
I agree because, my ex, her dad was not there. My ex in college dad was not there. And I said, once I had kids, I was like, come hell or high water, I will be there. Good for you, man. Quickly, let me think. How can I put this? Because I trust your judgment implicitly. If you're Kim Kardashian's consultant, if she pays you X amount of dollars to, I guess basically guide her through, almost like a fixer, kind of like maybe a Ray Donovan, Olivia Pope type hybrid, what would you advise Kim K to do right now? Only thing she can do is honestly get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Instead of get ahead of it, get out there. I'm not sure exactly what I'd tell her to say, just thinking off the top of my head, but get out in front of this thing and, handle it in a way because women follow her. And that's another reason I blame this whole situation. Women follow her, look up to her, about how she's doing her life. Oh, that sex tape, because you see Fresh and Fit when women use her as an example all the time. Look at Kim K.
Yep.
It's like, do you look deeply at her life? It's a disaster.
Yep.
As far as dating life. Yes, she has riches. Yes, she has all that. But she's married and divorced 3 times.
Yep.
She has a sex tape. Guys will use her as recreational use only. Pete Davidson will be there for a hot minute. Then it'll be somebody else, somebody else, and somebody else.
There you go. That's exactly right, man.
So I would say, get ahead of it. And I also blame us men because how many dudes simp for her, will get with her. All these guys, rappers, athletes, and all that, get with her, try to wife her up Kanye, try to make an honest woman out of her. And, look where it's led them to.
Let me ask you a question. This actually just came to mind. Is Kanye somewhat to blame for this? Because Kanye obviously knew about the sex tape long before he ever married Kim Kardashian. What's Kanye's role in this? Did he not think about this? Because Kanye knows as well as anybody that the internet is indeed forever. But he decided to not only marry, he put, I think they adopted one kid, I'm not sure, but he put multiple babies in a woman who has been smashed on camera for all the world to see. So can some blame be laid at the feet of Kanye for this? Or was he just trying to exhibit unconditional love? Or was he not thinking about it either?
I definitely blame him, and it's, as the saying goes, he tried to turn a hoe into a housewife.
And you can't do that. That is impossible. Paulo, thanks for the insight, man. I appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Donovan.
All right, bud. God almighty. Yeah, that's the interesting thing. Kanye's role in this, and Kanye indirectly screwed this up. I don't know what would possess a man to have children with a woman who is known to have a circulating sex tape. I don't know. Maybe Kanye's brain took a day off for a couple of years. Who knows? Let's go to Helfong in Illinois. You're on Live with Donovan. What's on your mind, brother?
Donovan, what is going on, my man?
Not too much, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I missed you. I missed you a lot, man.
Man, listen, I missed you guys. I missed you guys too, man. I needed a mental break, and I could not wait to get back. I drank a lot more than I really should have, and I kind of figured out that I drink when I'm bored. And so what I've decided is, okay, I've got to stay busy so I don't get bored and drink. I don't know. Maybe there's on vacation. Who knows? So what are your thoughts on the whole Kim K situation, man?
Well, my thoughts are simple on this situation. It's just she's the patron saint of broken hoes. I mean, that's just the best way to put it.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring the fire like I always do here, man. I mean, the fact that women have the self-entitled disillusion about themselves, how they compare themselves to celebrities.
Yep.
They think that they do these same things, it's just going to make them just like them, and they don't think of the consequences. I mean, I actually, for a period of time, worked in a strip club. I was a DJ and a bartender.
Okay.
And it was the same broken record every single time.
Dude, of course.
These girls think they're just going to make a lot of money, and they're going to spend it like it's going to rot. and all of a sudden they cry about how like life comes calling and things, consequences, and all this different stuff. It's just a poor example to demonstrate these type of archetypes to women nowadays. It's just it just does nothing but damage them.
I agree. And you know, it's interesting. Sex work sex work has always been taboo. Even here in 2022, when sex workers say, well, sex work is real work. Yeah, sex work is real work. But sex work, like other kinds of real work, have occupational hazards, such as lowering your sexual your dating market value and your relationship market value. Sex work can also lead to public embarrassment. It can also lead to the future embarrassment of your husband and or kids. So yeah, listen, I'll agree that sex work is absolutely real work, but like every other kind of work, there are occupational hazards that are involved. Here's the problem, Helfung. Women, like with most things, they want all the benefits without any of the consequences. That's like me wanting to work in a coal mine, but bitching and complaining that I get conjunctivitis, or that I get pink eye, or that I get black lung, or coal in my lungs. Women want to be able to flaunt and do what they want to do and smash dudes on the air and get flown out to Dubai and be these sex objects. But then when it's time to settle down and nobody takes them seriously, that's when they want to get upset. And here's another thing, Helfung. There are no more excuses for women. And that just that again raises the question. I want to ask you this. Women know. Listen, we've seen the rise of Kevin Samuels. We've seen the rise of Fresh and Fit. This entire community, we're not a secret anymore. Women are now, they can argue with us until they're blue in the face. We are telling them what's going on, and they are seeing what's happening with Kim Kardashian and the spicy movie stars and all this other kind of stuff, yet they continue to make these decisions. Helfung, why is it that these women continue to make these poor decisions regarding their sexuality, but still not willing to pay the price? Why, after they see time after time after time again, sex workers who are also celebrities, and I don't want to say Kim K is a sex worker, but what she did was sex worker-ish. She basically made a pornography. Why do they continue to line up and sign up for OnlyFans? Why don't they take these lessons and say, you know what, I don't want to end up like Kim K?
Well, it's just about the quick dopamine hit. It's all about basically getting the quick, simple, fast pleasures and the validations quickly. And I will parlay into that as well.
Okay.
There was a story that was put out by another content creator. Married woman, couple kids. Decided she was not feeling sexy, so she decided to create an OnlyFans page. It was getting attention and traction. Then all of a sudden, her children, who were in a private school, the superiors over there found out, kicked their children out of the school. And the mother is like, how dare that? What's going on? This is something for me, and blah blah blah. This doesn't affect my children at all.
They don't give a damn about their kids. They just don't.
Nope, they do not care at all. I think it's all about just getting that quick validation, and they think that they're going to get that quick cash, and it's only like 3%. The top 3% of women in OnlyFans are making the kind of money that's considered like wealthy.
Right.
Only 3%. Right. But everybody, everyone who do it, they think they're going to be the ones who are going to make that kind of money.
Unbelievable. Helfung, I appreciate you calling in, man.
Yeah, no problem, man. Take it easy.
All right, man. Take care. Yeah, Helfung. See, this is the thing. And Neil in New Jersey, I'm coming to you next. Okay. I watched a video about addiction and how it works in the brain. And it's a very obscure video, but it really opened my eyes to addiction and the effects of said addiction. And stay with me, guys. I promise I'm going to bring this back around. When a person is an alcoholic or a drug addict, the way this woman explained it was perfect, was perfect. When you are addicted, you know that you are an addict when bad things continue to happen to you as a result of your addiction, but you can't stop, right? You can't. It's almost like taking a knife and cutting yourself. You see it bleeds, it hurts like hell, but you're addicted to cutting yourself. The fact that you're going to kill yourself soon doesn't stop you. Here's the way she described it. Picture a man in the desert. Been out in the desert, it's been 2 days. He's had no food, no water. Okay. His brain goes into survival mode because his brain needs food, it needs water. A man appears out of nowhere and says, I'm going to give you this 2-liter bottle of ice cold water, but you're going to lose your kids, you're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your kids, your job, and your wife. Okay? Your wife's going to leave you, she's going to take the kids, and you're going to get fired if you take this bottle of water. Well, what's the guy in the desert going to do? Of course he's going to take the bottle of water because he's in survival mode. Doesn't matter what the consequences are, he needs to survive. So he takes the water, he drinks it, and as soon as his brain is back to functioning normally, now that the addiction, now that the need is met, now he's going to try to convince the man to give him back his wife, his kids, and his job. He knew the consequences going in before he took the water, but he needed it so badly that he just didn't care. Guys, this is how alcoholics and drug addicts work. They drink to excess. They've lost their job, their house, their car, their wife, their kid. They can't put down the bottle. Cocaine addicts, crystal meth, heroin. This is why these people lose everything, because they cannot stop until, of course, they go to rehab. That's what this is. Women are so addicted to that quick dopamine rush of male attention that even though it leads to severe consequences, they cannot stop. It is absolutely incredible. Ostrike with the $5 super chat says they think they can be a queen and a 304 at the same time. Nope. Unfortunately, they cannot. Let us go to Neil in New Jersey. Neil in New Jersey, you're on Live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian situation?
Hey, Donovan, how's it going?
I'm doing good, man. How about yourself?
Good, man. Just enjoying the Nets game.
Who's winning right now? Hold on, real quick. Hold on. Who's winning right now?
I got you. I think something's up 24-20.
Okay. All right. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. We'll get back to it.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
So the thing about Kim, right, and the situation with her kid, it's like the kid's going to get bullied, like, harshly. It's going to end up, the kid's going to need a psychiatrist.
Oh, my God, dude.
Hope she has one for herself. For sure. Like, this happened time and time again with the other thoughts, you know, on Instagram, whatever they are. And it's like the poor kid's going to go through a hell load of bullying. He's going to school, coming back from school, being in school, to the point where teachers going to have to protect him somehow. So it's like, my thing is, do you homeschool him? Do you get a private tutor who's accredited to take care of him like that? And do you have an actual way of leverage because of your prowess or your celebrity, that you have a way of talking to a school, some type of way where you get somebody that you could pay a good amount, which she got the money for, obviously, doing her freaking sex video.
Yeah, of course, right.
To, you know, be like, hey, look, I'm sorry, my kid's going to go through a hell load of trauma, which she is, and that's her fault for putting her kid through that crap. All right?
Yep.
And it's like, can you do homeschooling? Or can you do, I think Jay Blaze was saying private school, right?
Yes.
Or can you do trade school? But it's like, my thing is, still, there's going to be that type of thing where the kid's going to get bullied, and the kid's like, I didn't do anything.
Yep.
I didn't ask to be born.
That's right.
I'm born in a situation where I'm ragged, I'm going to be tormented, and now I'm going to grow up in such a toxic, horrible environment. And my mom's still doing the things that she's doing.
That's right.
Having the explicit photos, having her celebrity shows on TV, which is popping out again, I believe, if I'm not wrong.
Yep.
And it's like, it's horrible. And I'm like, I look at kids like him and other kids who have those types of moms. Like, let's look at J-Lo, right?
Mm-hmm.
J-Lo's a great singer and whatnot, right? And I'm going to respect that, to her that, right? But she's exposed herself so many times, even when she was with A-Rod.
Yeah.
Hence probably why A-Rod left. He's like, how am I supposed to explain this to my family back where I live in DR? Look, man, I'm Indian, Donovan, and I can't explain that to my mom. My neck would be gone if I dated a woman like that. You know what I mean?
Feel me?
That's disgusting. That's disrespectful. You know what I mean?
I'll actually go you one better, Neil, about her kids and about her children and therapy. Her kids were already going to need therapy with or without that sex tape. But now that the sex tape, I mean, listen, it's the Kardashians, right? But now that the sex tape is a factor, they're going to need I mean, I don't know. I think I got to go the Jay Blaze route. You got to homeschool your kids. You can't even send them to private school, man. You cannot allow you have to have your kid homeschooled. Kim Kardashian's worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Hire a private tutor to come and tutor your kid at home.
Easy.
So he doesn't end up a dumbass, because obviously her children are going to be, I mean, dude, her children's children will never have to work a day in their life if they don't want to. But if you want to, if you want them to be healthy upstairs, you got to get them therapy and you got to get them into homeschool. I'll give you the last word.
You know what? I agree with you on that. And another thing is, right, so you can even take it a hybrid route, right? You pay for those special people to come, pay them as much as money as you need to, because that's what you did.
Okay.
You can even do online schooling when it gets to college, maybe, right?
Yeah.
So I go to University of Phoenix, right?
Okay.
And it helps me because of the serious flexibility they have and the support that they give you, right?
Right.
I've been going through a situation with my dad because of his health, and he fractured his femur, but they're like, look, it's cool. I know you had to stop your classes twice. Don't worry about it. It's not going to affect your grade. We're going to drop it, and you can do it again. It will help you out.
Right.
Something like that, and something where, hey, look, it's a weekly thing. Just finish your work on a weekly basis. There's no, you need to be here at a specific time. You need to be on video call. Nothing like that, you know? So if you could do a hybrid like that and bringing actually accredited people, then what I would do is also, hey, since you're Kim K, let them travel. The best way a kid's going to learn is experiencing traveling. Put them into different places and around different scientists or people that he wants to do, the subjects that he wants to do. Put him around those people so he could learn from those people, direct hand from actual professionals in those fields. You know, that's what I think will be a good situation for growing up her kid. She can't erase the past, and the only thing she could do, and what I hope she does, and I don't think she will, because, well, she likes the attention. She's not going to stop her show. That's what made her after her, her tape. But I would say stop that, or at least teach your kids some business too along the path.
Yeah, right.
Because that's the only thing you could do is I feel bad for the kid, but in my opinion, this is the only route.
No, I agree 100%, Neil. I think the only route for Kim Kardashian and her children, you have to private school them, because again, kids are cruel. And who knows, maybe at some point, maybe kids in the neighborhood, but you got to homeschool those kids, man. Thanks for the call, Neil. I appreciate it, man.
You got it. Yeah. No problem. Take care.
Neil in New Jersey. Yeah. Listen, I could not agree more. I think Neil is definitely onto something. Let us go to Marcus in New Jersey. Marcus in New Jersey, you are on Live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian situation?
Hey, how you doing, Donovan? Miss you, brother.
Yeah, miss you guys too, man.
Hey, man, I'm gonna say one thing, man. That's a fire concert shirt you got on, brother.
Appreciate that. Hey, I got to keep it old school, brother.
Yes, sir. Retro, man.
You know it.
I'm going to say this, man. With Kim K and the rest of these women, they want to live in the moment without worrying about the longevity or the repercussions of their actions. Now, the problem is that now the kids, the son, is dealing with the repercussions through her actions.
Right.
I know people saying, no public school, private school. You don't want to have him in no type of school, man. They're going to bully him. You have to end up fighting.
Yep.
Not worth it. Homeschool is probably the best thing for him to do. I wouldn't be surprised down the line, another 15 years from now, he's on a TV show.
Oh, dude, of course. Listen.
Talking about,
Yeah, it's...
his mom is a whore, this, that, and the third.
Yep.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say whore.
No, go ahead.
My friend, excuse me.
That's cool.
Despite the sex tape, I mean, just look at the list that you showed up of all the men that she dated.
Oh yeah.
That alone is traumatizing for a kid, for children.
Yep, that's exactly right. And the one of the most difficult things about being a celebrity and a mother is that your sexual history is out for the world to see. Every man you have had anything to do with sexually is going to be documented in some way, shape, or form. So let me ask you, Marcus. What would you advise if you were, let's say you were Kim K's brother. I'll put you in that situation. Let's say you are Marcus Kardashian. You're Marcus Kardashian. Kim comes to you and says, hey, Marcus, listen, you know about the sex tape, blah, 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 blah. What should I do, Marcus? What would you tell Kim Kardashian if she were your sister?
Wow. Good question. I'll basically, I don't want to be a brother, but if I was,
if you had to be,
I would tell her straight up, man, like, listen, I love you. I'm always be here by your side, but you know, you have to stay away from the exposure and the limelight, and just live your life privately.
Live your life privately. Do you think she would follow your advice just based on what we know about Kim Kardashian?
Nope, because she wants to live for the moment.
There you go. Which proves once again that no matter what women say, they only care about their children when they are in front of a camera. Thank you very, very much for your comments today, Marcus. I appreciate you calling in.
No problem, brother. You take it easy, man.
All right, man. Appreciate it. Marcus in New Jersey. Listen, that's a great call. Like, what would you do? What would you do? Let's go to Lavelle in Dallas. You're on Live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian sex tape situation?
Check. Can you hear me, Donovan?
Yes, sir. Sure can. Got you.
What's going on, Donovan? How you been, man?
I've been good, man. I'm rested, I'm refreshed, and I'm ready to go, man. I haven't been this refreshed in quite some time.
Hey, well, there you go, man. There you go. Man, just in regards to all this, I'm kind of speechless. But just looking at it, and, you know, with the boys fresh and fit, just looking at a little bit of the clip that was on TV and whatnot, or on YouTube, I'm like Coach Greg Adams says, she gave alligator tears. It looked really fake to me.
Really?
But,
yeah. A lot of people are saying that this might be sort of a hoax. I don't know. You can continue with your thought, but if you want to address that, you absolutely can.
Yeah, because it was crazy. But Pete Powell, she called Kanye about this, not the guy that she was with, one. And two, one of the things that she said was, you know, what kind of game is this? Why would they put this on the game? And thank God he can't read.
Oh, my God. Jesus Christ.
Trying to dodge it like a ninja, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's crazy. But also thinking about this as well, because supposedly there was some issue with one of the daughters they had. But this is probably also one of the reasons why Kanye did not want his daughter on TikTok. Imagine the stuff that she's going to go through online and all the stuff they have to go through in person, whether they're homeschooled, private schooled, or public schooled. You know what I'm saying?
And Lavelle, think about this. Think about Jaden and Willow Smith. They are both abject. Dude, that family is fucking weird. And the kinds of things that Will and Jada are going through don't hold a candle to the whole Kardashian experience. And they're fucked up. Imagine what it's going to do to these 4 children. Oh my God. I shudder to even think about it. I'll give you the last word.
Nah, man, it's crazy because, you know, like they were saying, you know, all of a sudden the past doesn't matter, this, that, and the third. But,
of course.
You know, and like the other callers were saying before, you know, Kim K is famous. But now think about all the women that have OnlyFans. Like some of the other calls were saying before.
Yep.
Just the fact that, you know, they were on there and, you know, only 3% earn that money, but, you know, they want to be the exceptions to the rule.
There you go.
Now, you know, whether people get private investigators or not, you never know. They'll have kids and be like, you know, Myron pulls it out, be like, yo, bro, I saw your mom's butt on OnlyFans. Or even a girl.
Right.
Even a girl, what if a girl is going through it, you know, meets the guy and he's like, yo, like, I can't do it, man. Your mom's on OnlyFans or whatever the case may be. This isn't a good light for me. Like, it is just a trickling down effect. It's going to be crazy, man. It's going to be crazy.
Dude, and it's funny. It's interesting. And thanks for the call, Lavelle. This is actually what I said earlier. Can you imagine what the world is going to be like in probably even sooner than that? In 10 to 15 years, we are going to start to probably, I would say within the next 7 to 10 years, we are going to start seeing the adverse side effects of mothers engaging in sex work. Mothers who are, listen, if you're single and you're a sex worker and nobody knows it, like if you're a stripper at some obscure club in Vegas, nobody's going to know you're a stripper. Even if you are the headline stripper, you can move to Madison, Wisconsin and, you know, live out your days with someone who doesn't know your past. But when you are a Mia Khalifa, when you are a Selena Powell, if you're an Eliza, a Kim Kardashian, a Taylor Swift, there's no running away from that. There's no running away from that. And at some point, the bottom is going to fall out. And we're going to start to see we're going to start to see some pretty messed up people in terms of the dating market. Holy God, holy moly. Let us go to Leo in North Carolina. Now, Leo, you're of the mind that you think it was a setup for the show and for publicity. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I mean, because she's a neglectful mom, and all of a sudden the cameras are on and she just happened to go over and see this Roblox character depicting her in her sex tape.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she's just going to go out of the blue, and it just happened to be on camera. Those are the reality shows. Everything's scripted. Nothing that's not approved goes on air. So, you can't tell me that she didn't know that beforehand.
Right.
Like I said, the kids with her daughter, you can't tell me that somebody's not sending her links to that sex tape somewhere or anything. That's what this is why Kanye is upset, because if nobody's filtering what she's seeing on her TikTok, how can you keep this stuff from the kids? So, and then with the internet, these kids know more about sex at this age than we did.
God, Jesus Christ, man. It is incredible, Leo. I remember sex education when I was like a fourth grader. We got fourth graders who know the ins, and it's crazy.
Well, I'm saying, I mean, because anything you want to know about sex is readily available online, just a few keystrokes away.
There you go.
So, I mean, then the thing about she was saying, this woman has a nanny. She's got 4 kids. Plus, she's doing her thing everywhere else. So, she's not really paying attention to what those kids. That's the nanny's
of course
job.
not. Yeah.
So you can't tell me that she just happened to catch this kid at the exact moment that this character was up in there. Like, she didn't know, because it's going to be on there and she not get a cut of that money of her Roblox character talking about her sex tapes on there. I mean, look at Alfonso Rivera when was it Fortnite? Were copying his dances. He wanted that money because he didn't want to be on there without him getting paid. So you can't tell me she didn't know beforehand.
I'll tell you something, Leo. If this really was scripted, if this was a setup, to me, that's even worse. That's even worse, because now you are bringing up a situation in front. So now people are talking about this, right? So let's just say that this whole sex tape Roblox thing were a big hoax. Guess what? Kim K's kids are plugged in. It's all anyone is talking about. So whether or not the son knew about the sex tape, whether or not her children knew about the sex tape at the time of the discovery, they know now.
Well, you think she's above using her kids to stay in the spotlight?
Hell no. Of course not. No, absolutely. Which proves once again that no matter what, single dude, I have never met a single mother. I'm sure that there are single moms out there who actually put the needs of their children before their own. I haven't seen it yet. And if this is a setup, this would be the worst act. I think I would consider this to be child abuse. That's what I would consider it to be. Like, why in the world would you script that with your kid? Because if they didn't know about it then, they certainly know it now. It's unbelievable. I'll give you the last word, Leo.
You can't turn a 304 into a housewife. Kanye and the other guys have tried.
Yes, sir. And 3 have tried and 3 have failed.
Exactly.
Listen, Leo, I appreciate your thoughts, man. Thanks for calling in.
All right, thank you.
All right. Thank you to Leo for calling in. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. He actually made a few good points. I mean, it makes sense. And it's funny because when you see the kid, he's looking, it almost looks like he looks at the camera like, hey, did I do it right? Then he kind of looks the other way. Either way, this is bad. Whether or not this is a setup or not, this is bad for Kim K and her children. Just like the words, if the words "I was EPARD" comes out of her mouth, she is instantly disqualified, whether it's true or not. The fact that those words came out of her mouth, instantly disqualified. Because if she's lying, she's radioactive, because if she lied about somebody else, she'll definitely lie about you. If she's not lying, that means she actually went through that. There's no coming back from that. Looks like the Celtics have a 9-point lead. Are the Celtics really going to sweep? Are they really about to sweep? They'll go up 3-0, if I'm not mistaken. That would be something. Holy smokes. Let us go to Chambers in Virginia. Let's go to Chambers in Virginia Beach. Chambers in Virginia Beach. You're on Live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the whole Kim Kardashian situation?
Hello, Mr. Sharp. How are you today, sir?
I'm doing very well. I feel good and rested, man.
Wonderful. Good to have you back.
Absolutely.
Back at it.
Good to be back.
Oh man, this is a good topic you put out here, and I'm so appreciative that men like you are putting this on the table.
Thank you.
I think there's just a few things that we always have to keep in mind with this type of behavior, right? We've seen it with Kim Kardashian. We've seen it. It's been done before, and I think that one of the most important things is like, okay, like as a society, we're continuing to get further and further and further away from like what could be described as divine order.
Okay.
And that would entail like the genetic makeup of a man and the genetic makeup of a woman.
Okay.
I mean, there's things that a man can do and there's that a woman can't do, and there are things a woman can do that a man can't do.
That's
so
right.
I'm not going that route, but what I'm saying is there is an order that needs to happen. And the further and further we get away from that, you have to think about like, okay, the option to be a whore, right?
Right.
Let's just think about that for a second. Why is that? Why is there an option to be a whore? Because there are something, it's my opinion, there's something within women that they actually are enticed by the idea of being of a guy looking at them and just wanting to just like
smash them,
have an instant boner.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
right.
saying?
Yep.
And that analogy that you gave, like of an addict, that was so on point. Like, and it's those dopamines, man. There's something within them. It's almost like, it sounds harsh to say they like being prostitutes, but
I mean,
but there's something.
That's kind of what it sounds. That's kind of what it looks like, isn't it? Like that's kind of what it. That's kind of what it looks like. Am I wrong? I mean, I don't know.
I'm telling you, from my experience in knowing women over the years, like I've known from every different walk of life, and the more like conversations I've had with them, the more like when I reflect, I think back, like there were things that they said that were like, okay, like I was thinking based off of my perception of you, like you would never do something like that.
Right.
And then looking back, I'm like, And I'm not of the, faith, Islam faith, but I respect a thing like Sharia law,
Yeah.
I respect a thing where women have to cover up their body when they go out in public because men are visually stimulated.
That's right. That's right.
And to leading a woman is a tough job, man. Everybody cannot do it.
No.
And these guys that continue to validate these women's bad behavior with their lack of dick discipline, they should not be in committed relationships to these women.
I agree.
They just should not.
Let me ask you this. You said
that's all I have, Mr. Sharp.
Okay. All right. Well, Chambers in Virginia Beach, I appreciate you calling in, man. Chambers made some really, really good points. And he says not every man can lead a woman. And I agree with Chambers 100%. But I think it's almost like it is definitely a double-edged sword. And here's what I mean by this. Men back in the day used to be capable of leading women. But, of course, because women have been masculinized and men have been feminized, that has made it infinitely tougher to actually lead a woman. Everything around us, everything around men, the world, social media, the very culture makes leading a woman damn near impossible. How in the world can you lead a woman when she's getting sausage thrown at her all the time? Like, this dude, Myron Gaines right now, he's catching heat because he said, hey, listen, man, if a woman's on social media, if she's on Instagram, that's cheating. And they're like, it's absolutely true. It's absolutely true. Dude, women use Instagram to advertise themselves to people who are not their significant others. That's why they're losing their minds because, again, Any relationship where it's difficult to cheat, that is toxic and controlling. So Chambers made some really, really good points. Okay, let us go to Robert, also in North Carolina. Robert in North Carolina, you're on Live at Donovan, and what are your thoughts on the Kim K situation?
Hey, Donovan, thanks for having me on.
Of course.
So, one thing that came to mind when you brought that up was karma is patient, and the more famous you are, the more painful it will be because it's vindictive. However, I remember, it was brought up earlier with somebody about Kanye sharing some sort of responsibility with getting with Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, Hollywood is nothing but a cesspool. And once you're at that celebrity status level, they don't intermingle with anybody below them. Men will, on occasion, but women will not.
No, they won't.
Because I saw this firsthand. I did security at a Tech Nine concert, and I was outside between the building and his bus, his charter bus.
Okay.
And my job was to keep the groupies away from the bus unless they came over and said which ones they wanted. And I had girls offering me, I had girls offering me BJs and everything.
Wow.
You know, hey, let's go around the corner.
Just to get access? Just to get access. So they're willing to give you BJs just to get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus
Just
Christ.
for the opportunity to get back to the bus where Tech Nine was going to go to.
Unbelievable, man. And
it wasn't until the end of the concert where he comes out and says, that one, and that one. And then I said, okay, you three, or whatever it was, however many it was. It's been 8 years since I did it, but
wow.
It was once he picked the ones he wanted, and they're coming up with the booty shorts on with the buttons undone and their panties showing.
Yep.
But it is so just it's kind of appalling. But on the last caller, or on the last thought, the state is also removing the men's ability to lead a woman.
Oh, of course, absolutely, yeah. Everything around us, the state, the government, everybody.
Right. I was a police officer before, and when it comes to a domestic violence call, if there is a mark, no matter how minuscule, there has to be an arrest effected.
That's right.
And I've seen videos, and men, I warn all men, if I can tell that my BS detector is fairly decent, but if I can tell that the man is not the issue and it's the woman is crazy, because you can tell when there's a crazy ass woman when their emotions are heightened. I tell them video record everything, because I've seen plenty of women that will slap themselves across the face multiple times, call the cops, and then they have a handprint on their hand.
There you go. There you go.
So video record everything. But when it comes to women doing their with the earnings of the sex work and the OnlyFans and all this, they just don't have the patience for it. I'm 35. In the last couple of years have been my 6-figure years.
Okay.
With finally being a captain in the Army. They want that quick hit.
Jesus.
I'm barely buying my first house.
Yep.
I'm getting into that point where I've got a nice vehicle.
Yeah.
I'm paying things off.
Yeah.
But they want that quick hit. There are many what they call themselves influencers that are multimillionaires that are 10, 15 years younger than me, that are multimillionaires.
Yep.
Buying mansions, and buying horses, and buying sports cars.
Yeah.
But they just don't have the patience to work for the long game. And then once they have that history, once they have that deal on them, they won't go back for that regular guy, because everybody else will throw them away.
Yep.
They look for that safety and security net. Because last night I was watching the Fresh and Fit podcast with Rolo, and they spent 4 hours trying to convince 2 girls that men don't want a hoe.
And it's like and it's so funny to me. And thanks for the call, Robert. Yeah, I watched that too. For me, it's not that Myron and Rollo are trying to convince these women that men don't want hoes. And the reason why we know women know that men don't want hoes is because whenever you ask a woman their notch count on the show, they bristle. What's your notch count? I mean, well, the reason why they don't want to give their notch count is because they know that the higher the notch count, the lower the odds are that they will be a successful long-term partner for a man. Men will smash hoes all day long, but we are not wifing these hoes up, man. And they know it, which is why they hide their body counts. So it should come as no surprise, really, that, pardon me, it should come as no surprise that they didn't really have to spend 4 hours trying to convince these girls. These girls knew it. They were just looking for permission they were looking for permission from two high-value men to be hoes. That's really all there is to it. I'll strike with the $5 super chat says, wanting to F them so bad they'll even pay money just to even look at their body. Dude, that is insanity. They're giving you BJs just to get to the bus area. Wow. Wow. Holy smokes. Let us go to Mr. J in Miami. Mr. J in Miami, you're on Live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian situation?
Testing 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me, Donovan?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right. First, thank you. First time calling you. Look, I'm a teacher.
Okay.
I work in a private school. I am telling you, kids are not as childlike anymore.
Really? Look, wait, hold on, real quick, Mr. J. So you are a teacher. What grade do you teach?
I'm a PE teacher.
Okay, and what?
I teach from kindergarten to 8th grade.
Oh my God! And you're telling me that kindergartners to 8th graders are not acting like the way kids used to?
For the most part, because there are some in each class, right? There are some that I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, man, for some children, because we were all children growing up.
Of course, yeah.
We were all children growing up. We know how there's always that 1 or 2 or 3 people, and there's like, I teach around 500 children.
Phew, wow.
Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. And the fact that we're in the U.S.
Yep.
We're in the U.S. Man, I could tell, because December, EO said something about the thought process. Remember?
Yep.
The thought process that he brought up?
Oh, yeah.
It's setting into these young children, to some of these young children, because
unbelievable,
with
man.
all the social media, with all these celebrities, and for God knows why, God knows why would these young women would bring Cardi B or Nicki Minaj as their role models.
This is what happened. Sorry, Mr. J, I had to move on. I've got other callers. Yeah, listen, when you've got, and again, Cardi B, Kim, I mean, dude, celebra sluts. We have young children. It's so funny. We get dogged all the time in this community about how toxic and poisonous our message is, right? What about Cardi B? What about Lizzo? See, and again, these people, how can I put this? These people are protesting for the right to continue to poison our children. It's unbelievable. All we're doing is trying to teach men how to better themselves, how to not get trapped, how to not get screwed over. Still the same thing, man. Still the same thing. If you can do it, then so can we. It is unbelievable. Let us go. Let us go to Oxcraig. Oxcraig in Texas. You're on Live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian situation?
Well, first-time caller, long-time supporter.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man. It's good and I've talked to you before, I think, on our Zoom calls as well. So it's good to talk to you.
Yes, on the Zoom calls. That's
absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I'm thinking fast forwarding down the line when the kids are old enough to go to college and that kind of thing. Once they say their name, It's a short Google search, and all of a sudden they know their whole lives.
Yep, that's right.
The kids are going to end up having to change their names.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Some privacy.
Listen. Here's the thing, Ox Craig. The Kardashian name is so prevalent worldwide. You won't even have to do a Google search. Oh wait, you're a Kardashian? I know all about you.
Right. They won't have private lives.
Right. Yeah, they've already given that up. What if you were Kim Kardashian's brother, what would you advise her to do in this situation?
I would have pulled her aside into another room and have a private discussion out of public's eye.
Okay.
Say, look, this is going to have to be how it is, and have to tell her, say, look, your family's at stake. Is your family less important than your public life?
Yeah, that's exactly right. But guess what? We all know, and thanks for the call, Ox Craig, we all know that when it comes down to it, and another caller mentioned it earlier, if it comes down, when it comes down to it, Kim is not giving up the spotlight, even at the detriment of her own children. She has never given up that spotlight. It is unbelievable. And again, I'm not saying that, how can I put this? I'm not saying that Kim Kardashian is a bad person, because I'm sure that she does have some redeeming, matronly, motherly qualities. But there is precious little evidence of such over the past decade plus. Appreciate the call there, Ox Craig. Let us go to Throne in Atlanta. Throne in Atlanta. You're on live at Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian situation?
What's good, Donovan? It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. I just wanted to make a point. Can I speak freely, brother?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
This is absolutely real, in my opinion. And the reason why I say that is because Kim K is suing Roblox for advertising her unreleased sex tape. So I don't think this was manufactured at all.
Okay.
I think this is a real live situation.
Okay.
And this is just indicative of what's going on now, man. All of these modern women consider sex work. I say it all the time. Any woman with over 100K followers plus is selling pussy.
Dude, real talk, bruh.
Yes. And modern women today have the digital footprint of an adult film actress. Let me repeat. Modern women today have the digital footprint of an adult film actress. So I believe this is absolutely real. She's damaged her child. Now she wants to get some type of reimbursement from Roblox as if Roblox is responsible. Roblox wasn't even a game when she did this fucking sex tape.
Right.
It didn't even exist.
Right.
And now she's trying to sue them because an ad popped up on their site. It's ridiculous. It's despicable. And I don't it leaves you stunned, because she really doesn't see the error in her own ways.
Right. She's doubling down. In other words, she's not upset. Yep. This is the funny thing. So what she is doing, Throne, is she is suing a company for something she did. No, dude, Ray J didn't put a gun to her head. He didn't force her to make a sex tape. And I agree. Dude, I am 125,000% certain Kim K knew she was being filmed. She knew she was being filmed. They made a sex tape. It got out. And I think she had something to do with it. So what she is trying to do is she's trying to do what Mia Khalifa is doing. Don't look at my past. I'm not responsible for my past. I was young and stupid and blah, 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 blah. I did porn for XYZ, didn't make any money, but you should still respect me as a respectable human being. I'm sure Mia Khalifa is a lovely young woman, but she's not going to be in a relationship of consequence with a man that she loves and adores and respects because of her past. Listen, she got all the dick and accolades for being in a porn flick, and that's all well and good, but you can't then on the back end disclaim your responsibility. Kim Kardashian is where she is now because of that sex tape, but now what she's doing is now she wants to sue a company for putting out something that she willingly put out. I'll give you the last word, Throne.
Exactly. I say this all the time, man. These women, they are so fucked. Like, I'm in Atlanta. I've dealt with like bottle girls and shit like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they're out here like complaining online about being sexualized. I'm like,
Unbelievable.
bitch, your job is to go butt naked
Unbelievable,
and
dude.
serve like trash ass cocktails and shit. It's ridiculous, man. Like they're really trying to push the movement. Oh, stop sexualizing bottle workers. Like, bitch, you work in a strip club.
Yeah, look, man, and here's another thing. You work in a strip club, no one's forcing you to work in a strip club, okay? I mean, unless we're talking about human trafficking, you are doing what you want to do of your own free will and volition. And I'll tell you something else. I don't have anything against sex workers. If you want to be a sex worker, be a sex worker. Where I draw the line is when they complain about the adverse effects of being a sex worker.
Pity parties.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, listen, it is so easy. It is so easy for attractive women to monetize their beauty. It's so easy. I'm not here to complain about it. If you want to monetize your beauty, go right ahead. You just need to understand what the costs are. And even still, Throne, women understand what the costs are, but they still don't want to pay the cost. Okay, I was a bottle girl, or okay, I did a sex tape, or okay, I was a porn star, but you shouldn't judge me for that. Fuck out of here. I'll give you the last word.
Mm-hmm. And I like what you said about it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. Because, right, it doesn't mean they're a bad person. Like, all these hoes, Kim Kardashian, like all the bottle girls, the strippers, Mia Khalifa, nigga, I'm sure they'll be cool to kick it with and smoke some weed and do some shots of Hennessy off their titties and stuff like that. It'll be a good time, but let me tell you what. Ain't nobody sticking around for that.
Nope.
You know what I mean? You're going to have a good time. You're going to bust your nut and you're going to get the fuck on. And that's what every man should do when dealing with these sex workers, man. I appreciate you letting me on.
Dude, reclaim the throne, dropping the knowledge. I appreciate you calling in, man. Yeah, he's right. Like, women complain, oh, we're being overly sexualized. Sweetheart, the only people... Women complain so much about being objectified. We don't objectify women. Women objectify themselves. When you present yourself as a sex object, men treat you as such. I've also said this. The minute a woman takes birth control, she automatically makes herself a sex object because the physical purpose of sex is reproduction. You take away the reproductive aspect of sex and you are literally just a sex object. No one forces them to take birth control. No one forces the pill down their throat. No one forces them to take Depo. They do this of their own free will and volition, but then they want to complain that they're being over-sexualized. Unbelievable. Mr. J with the $10 super chat says, sorry for being quick on my first call, but personally, I blame social media and the celebs and single moms that divorce for the wrong reasons. Can a 304 being turned into a housewife? I think that's rather obvious. Let us go to Q Bracey in Atlanta. Q Bracey in Atlanta. Now, you're telling, you have a thought. You think that this is bigger than the 304s. Please expound on that for me.
No, what I was saying is that it's that usually when we talk to women about the consequences of being a 304, we always deal with the intimate relationship. Like, oh, no man is going to want you. But what I'm basically saying is that your son don't want to claim you as his mother. He's ashamed of you. Your father don't want a daughter that's a 304. Like people are ashamed of having a hole in their family.
Yep.
So it goes deeper. And they had this porn star who came out talking about how she was sorry about her past because nobody wants to be her friend. Nobody wants to be around her. And so a lot of times I think that the argument is diminished because women just solely thinking about the man that is thinking about dating them, and they totally missing the fact that other men that associate with you outside of men that want to get in your panties, these men are ashamed of you as well.
You know, it's interesting, Q Bracey. I had not thought about that. I hadn't thought about the fact that it's not just the significant others and their subsequent children who are affected. It's their relationships. It's everything. You know what? It's interesting. I don't know if you read this. This might actually be the same article, Q Bracey, but Devin sent me an article. There's a show I think called. It's a show on HBO. It's about a bunch of teenagers who are having sex and they're on drugs. I can't remember what it's called, but one of the actresses used to be an adult film star. And she talked about the fact that, I didn't have a problem with being an adult film star, but all of a sudden, my family disclaimed me. I didn't really have as many friends. And I remember in the article, she says, look, it's not like I'm just going to try to jump your boyfriend's bones. They don't know that, and that's not the only reason they don't want anything to do with you. When you are a female adult film actress, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. But if you have ever watched spicy movies, the things that these girls do on camera is, it is nauseating. And when you're standing in front of a person who has taken loads and all this other kind of anal and all this other kind of crazy stuff, man, you're just like, yeah, stay away from me. Ugh. I don't even know how people can have sex with women who are known to be adult film actresses. It's like, it's like my condom has to have a condom. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, and exactly. And we always talk about women need love, men need respect. Yep. And like I try to explain to my sister, at the end of the day, when you are a 304 and you with a man, like whoever slept with you before, they look through you and they look at your girl and they say, remember what we had? Like the men don't have any respect for you. And so, I'm glad you covering this topic, man, because at the end of the day, I just think that the biggest question that I'm leaving from this, Donovan, is, are men willing to fight for women's purity? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it's a battlefield, and if we see good women out there, what are we going to do to combat the Cardi B's who admit to putting out messages that they don't even want to give to their own children?
There you go, man. There you go. Cardi B says, I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got the ring. And what Kevin Samuels always asks these people, Q Bracey, is, okay, would you want your son to bring you home? And it's always crickets, because they know they would never want their son to bring home a woman like them, yet they want to continue to endorse it. The same women that talk about, well, sex work is real work and I'm not defined by my past, are the exact same women who separate themselves from women who are what? Sex workers. Q Bracey, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you calling in.
Peace, brother.
Q Bracey with a really good call. Yeah, dude, that was rock solid. I hadn't thought about that before. I had not thought about that before. It's not just the relationships. It's not just the kids. It's the people around them. It's the people around them that are affected. Woo, wow. Let us go to Ostrike in Maryland. Ostrike, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, Donovan, how's it going?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Good. So part of the reason why so many women are 304s is because they see other women getting away with 304 behavior without physical consequences. So, in our community, we tell them that high-value men want modest, submissive wives instead of 304s.
Right.
And we tell them, they'd rather have a hottie that works at CVS than someone who's rich, powerful, and famous, right?
Right.
But it only takes one sucker to contradict our claim. That's right. And then they get to see Beyonce and Kim Kardashian getting wiped up by Jay-Z and Kanye West.
And Sierra getting wiped up by Russell Wilson.
Yeah, that's true. Russell Wilson, another good example. So, whatever you want to say about these men, they're easily in the top 1%.
Sure.
And these women are they're living like queens.
Right.
Even though they're not queens, right?
Of course not.
Queen of what country? So,
right.
As few of these women as there might be, it's a very alluring fantasy, and it's going to confuse them when we're trying to tell them, oh, we know better than you. This isn't going to work out. The chances are slim that you'll get so lucky, but, they're not going to believe us.
It really, really is a shame. And I'll tell you something, Ostrike. You bring up a very, very good point. Celebrities give women permission to be 304s, right? And there is no greater, there are many, many good examples in Hollywood, but there is no greater example than Sierra and Russell Wilson. When Russell Wilson married Sierra, they now, I think she's pregnant with her third kid or something like that. This has, oh my God. That has set back. Dude, Sierra marrying Russell Wilson, Meghan Markle marrying Prince Harry. These women were abject 304s, and they got wifed up by high-value men. Here's the problem, is women deal in possibility, not probability. You cannot live the life Sierra lived. Is it possible to live a Sierra life and marry a Russell Wilson? It's possible, but it is not probable. And women always base their reality, they base their fantasies on possibility rather than probability. We as men, that's why this community exists. There are no guarantees, we understand that. What I teach men to do is improve yourselves to increase the probability of you having a successful life. Women would do well to do the same. The problem is they don't think about the probability. They think about the possibility, because the possibility is always much more fun and exciting than the probability. I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, it's like 4th and 20. We should probably punt it, but let's go for a Hail Mary pass.
There you go. Very good example. I'll strike in Maryland. Thanks for calling in, man.
All right.
All right, appreciate it. That's actually a very good example. I remember the 4th and 26 in the 2002 playoffs. Eagles versus Packers. We converted that 4th and 26 and went on to win the game and lose our third straight NFC championship game. We would not lose a fourth straight. We would not lose a fourth straight as we defeated the Atlanta Falcons in the... Anyway, don't want to get off on a tangent here. Let us go to Jay in Virginia. Jay in Virginia, so you want to talk about dating sex workers and the after effects. That sounds interesting.
Yes, sir. What's up, Donovan? This is Jay from Facebook, man. It's been a long time speaking to you, bro. How you been doing?
Oh, hey, I've been good, man. It's good to finally talk to you.
Yes, sir, man. But first off, even though this is kind of a dodgy subject, I just want to say that sex work and dating sex work is nothing new. Want to know why? As long as there is a market for it, sex will sell.
That's right.
Sex has sold since 2000 BC.
That's right.
And sex will sell until any time. Because the thing is, like, it's marketable. As long as sex is a commodity, and it always will be. As long as there are guys who are willing to buy it, it'll always sell.
That's right. No, I agree 100%. Talk about some of the after effects of dating sex workers, because I've dated sex workers before. I've dated strippers. Have you ever dated a stripper or a bottle girl or a call girl or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I've dated a couple of strippers, but bringing them home to parents, because, see, I grew up in a quote-unquote traditional household. Yeah, mom and dad weren't really too happy about that. Because I actually was a black child who grew up in a two-parent household.
Oh, wow.
You know, picture that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Especially growing up in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, it can have, really, really adverse effects on you. And the thing is, it's because your parents know that it's not going to last.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Yeah, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with sex work or anything like that. It's just that if you're really thinking of a long-term commitment or something along those lines, then you better think twice. And the thing is that a lot of these women, you think that you're the only one that they're talking to?
Shit, they're always talking to dudes.
Yeah, absolutely. They have like 5 or 6 other guys on the back burner besides you. That's one reason why it's hard to commit to this. Well, I don't want to say that word commit, because it's easy to commit, but it's hard to invest.
Ooh, I like that. That makes very good sense. Yeah, anybody can commit, like verbally, but in order to truly commit, you have to actually invest. That's where the rubber meets the road. I'll give you the last word.
Exactly, and with that in mind, you got to make sure that investment is worth the payoff. It's what I'm putting in worth of what I'm going to get back.
Damn right.
And 9 times out of 10, as much as I hate to say it, brothers, it's not. So find somebody that's worth your time.
I agree, man. Very good call, Jay in Virginia. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. Take it easy.
Yes, sir. You too, man. Yeah, Jay in Virginia dropping that knowledge. Yeah, that's a very good point. Never really thought of it that way. Anybody can say, "Hey, I'm committed to you," but like there is no commitment. There is no commitment without investment. Let us go to. Give me 2 seconds here. Oh, sorry about that. I guess. Okay. Well, anyway, let us go to Lamont in Mississippi. Lamont in Mississippi. You're on live with Donovan. What are your thoughts on the Kim Kardashian situation? Oh, hang on. Oh, wait. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, Lamont. I got you, Lamont. What's up, brother?
90 seconds.
I was her brother. I mean, she would have probably called hands for me from a long time ago. Cause that's just me. She would have called hands for me because, first of all, I would have brought up our father, just on his pure legacy alone, just the O.J. Simpson thing, the legacy on that, you're embarrassing him.
Oh my God.
That would have been my whole. That would have been my whole big thing with him, because I have a sister myself. My sister had 7 children.
Woo!
60 seconds.
Wow.
7. Yes. All by the same fucking guy. And the one thing I say about my sister, she doesn't fucking. I don't know how she does it, but she does it. She does it. You know
Hey man, look, if you're gonna have 7 kids, listen, if you're gonna have 7 kids, I mean, listen, having 7 kids by the same guy, that's actually quite an accomplishment in this day and age, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is. It is an accomplishment. And guess what? She was at one point in her life, she was out on the streets. I had a good talk with her. Yeah, after that, nothing but good. Nothing.
Good.
She has a little tidbit. I have her little hiccups every now and then.
Sure.
But at least I was there.
10 seconds.
My other older brother, we had her both of them were there for her, and she stayed on that straight and narrow and had all those kids, and we didn't mind it because it was all good. And the second thing, how this whole thought and shit can be to get rid of this shit, just legalize it, and then next to it put a Yelp review. Because you remember how we used to say that all women work on validation?
That's right.
Because put it this way, think of OnlyFans. If OnlyFans came with a Yelp review on each chick,
wow,
how they just, you see what I mean? You see
Yep.
where I'm going with that?
Yep.
Have a Yelp review. Have a Yelp review. Have their picture right up there, and then all comments. Oh man, her images are trash. I ain't like the way her tits look. I ain't like the way her box look. She seems a little chubby.
It's always something.
Trust me, the subscriptions would it would plateau. It would go away. Even when you talk in terms of prostitution, have a Yelp review on that. I ain't like it. No. Because even you'll have the women that will probably have those great reviews, but over time, guess what? The reviews are gonna go down. It's gonna plateau. It's gonna go down after a while. And trust me, what woman in her right mind is going to? They say that's gonna have it up, and you get to search her name and you see the reviews for her, and it's very low. That whole attitude would fucking change, bro. And that's all I got for you, bro.
Appreciate the call, Lamont. Yelp reviews for hoes. That's a fact. I mean, honestly, that's kind of like the Hofax situation, right? That's kind of like the Hofax situation, be honest with you. That's going to do it for this, the 848th edition of TSR Live. Thank you very, very much to all of my callers. Thank you to all of my super chatters. Scent Nation with one last $10 super chat says, she influenced the whole planet. The magnitude is insane. My friend dates pretty often and says 3 out of 5 women have or attempted to do or have OnlyFans. The attempt alone is a deal breaker and enough for me. That seems like a very, very good place to leave this. Thank you guys very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
I'm living in this quasi-crack house. Amy just called me and told me that her and Ben were engaged to be married. I was absolutely broken. There are men who are living in a constant state of malcontent and malaise. You're just existing, just kind of moseying through life. You don't know that you're missing anything. You don't understand that you're not living the life you want to live. If you've ever had that lingering doubt, am I really doing the best I can? Men owe it to themselves to get around men who love them, who care about them. The most important relationships a man can have is with other men who thrive, men who dominate life. They have strong bonds and lifelong relationships with like-minded men. If there's a man who's laying on his couch or he's just thinking something is missing, the CME awakens your masculinity. So if there's any doubt in your mind as to whether or not you're doing it right or you're getting the most out of life, you come to the CME in Miami and I can promise you those questions will be answered for you in tenfold. I just want to bring men together to help us all to become better. A man's true happiness is derived by his pursuit of becoming the best version of himself. And
And that is exactly what the Conference of Masculine Excellence is all about. Whether you're a Red Pill content creator or Red Pill content consumer, we can all benefit from being around like-minded men. It is very, very difficult to find men who understand what's really going on out here in the sexual marketplace from a Red Pill perspective. The Conference of Masculine Excellence brings all these men together so that we can network and have a community of like-minded men that we can lean on when we need to lean on them. If you want more information about the Conference of Masculine Excellence, go to masculineexcellence.com. If you missed the CME, you missed that person-on-person, you missed that raw interaction. And you can't replace that. You can't replace that with a phone or a laptop or a computer for sure.
Understanding women and increasing your dating success starts with Donovan Sharp's massive collection of award-winning books and courses. Get off to a fast start and jumpstart your masculine renaissance with the 49 Laws of Sharp. The 49 Laws of Sharp is the perfect quick start guide for any man new to this community looking for the answers that keep them up at night after a bad experience with a woman. So many men ask themselves, why did she cheat? How could I not see this coming? Why did I miss the signs? And how can I avoid this in the future? The 49 Laws of Sharp will answer these questions and many more. This will give you a rock-solid foundation upon which to build, develop, and cultivate your newfound identity, and put you miles ahead of your competition. Most men have never had access to this valuable information, let alone understand and apply it. But the 49 Laws of Sharp will give you an unfair advantage over men and women. This treasure trove of valuable knowledge is available in audio, video, ebook, and paperback. Next, supplement your newly acquired foundational knowledge, supercharge your dating life with Donovan's 25-hour course, How to Master the Game. How to Master the Game will teach you the ins and outs of the player life, overcoming approach anxiety, identifying women who you want to approach, text game, first date principles and logistics, avoiding the friend zone, and so much more will be covered extensively. Also included are the bonus podcasts that will cover how to dress, Tinder game, and much more. Put simply, How to Master the Game will turn you into a stone-cold assassin with the ladies. Available in video and audio format. If you're not the kind of guy who wants to live the bachelor life, or you've had your fill of the player life and are looking for something a little more fulfilling, How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up is a must. Donovan's 5-part, 7-hour audio course will show you step-by-step how to find, cultivate, and sustain a solid, healthy relationship. Everything from selecting the right woman, to coaching and correction, to what to do between the sheets. How to Build a Quality Woman from the Ground Up will guide you through the entire process of building the kind of woman you want and need. The strategies and techniques in this course are exactly what Donovan does in his own relationship to this day. And he is living proof that women can be beneficial to men provided they have the right instruction. And finally, the ultimate weapon all men are looking for in terms of being able to read and understand women, Donovan Sharp's revolutionary, one-of-a-kind course that has been called the Cheat Code, Womanese. Womanese is the first and only course of its kind that gives men the raw and honest truth about what women really mean when they communicate verbally. Womanese translates female communication with shocking accuracy and has changed the dating lives and relationships of men the world over. So many men have avoided disaster because of the preciseness and sheer volume of material in this course, which contains over 600 translations. How cool would it be to be able to see through a woman's BS and act accordingly right then and there, rather than getting blindsided when it's too late? What would it be like to have the ability to read a woman like a book based only on what she says? These abilities will be at your disposal with Womanese. Women won't be able to lie to you, cheat on you, deceive you, or take advantage of you. The time and money you'll save pays for the course almost immediately. Womanese is available in video, audio, ebook, and paperback format and can be purchased one volume at a time or all at once. Men in his community often state that the best investment a man can make is in himself. Donovan's extensive educational materials will take your life to the next level. And the only place you can get this life-changing knowledge is tsracademy.com. Link in description.
Masculinity in 2022 quite simply means a man giving himself permission to act like a man. There's so many men who simply aren't doing, saying, acting like they want to act, and the reason for that is because there's fear. The red pill gives men permission to be masculine. The CME attendee is a man who's looking for answers, a man who's looking for a deeper understanding of himself, who is kind of stuck in a rut, feels that he's not maxed out his potential, but he wants to take his life to the next level. Nothing inspires a man to improve himself like being around other men who are about self-improvement. The Conference of Masculine Excellence is going to be right here in sunny Miami, Florida. This, of course, is the home of Fresh and Fit. You know, Myron Gaines and I were very, very good friends. Miami is kind of the default headquarters for the red pill. Great weather, fast cars, pretty girls, good food, man.